Hey, good morning from Colorado. It's a beautiful sunny day outside today. Our mountains got a ton of snow yesterday. We are looking forward to a beautiful, crisp, clear day together as a family. I'm taking the family out up into the mountains this morning, and we're just going to spend some time together. We had a wonderful day yesterday. My daughter had her birthday. We had a great time. They made the biggest sugar cookie you could possibly imagine. It was frosted, we had candles, it was fantastic. And these are the things that define our success, right? Spending time together as a family, caring for each other, loving each other. And I gotta tell you, there is nothing more I love than to spend time with my wife and my children. It's my favorite thing. Yesterday I got texted about television. Somebody I had mentioned in yesterday's video that I think we might want to watch less TV. It enhances our success and our ability to be able to get better results if we just turn the old tube off. But they asked why. Doug, could you give me more information as to why? And the reason that I believe television, we need to limit our TV, is because we think in pictures. And if you're watching the picture tube, you're putting pictures in your mind that may not be conducive to your individual success. This thinks in pictures. Follow me for a second, okay? What color is your car? Just play along for a second. What color is your car? How many doors does your car have? Now, I'm willing to bet you probably just saw a picture in your mind and you saw your car. And you said, well, Doug, my car's black, my car's white, my car's yellow. And then you saw a picture of your car again where you counted the number of doors your car has. What color is your couch? Well, you have a leather couch or a cloth couch. I bet you probably just saw a picture in your mind of your couch, and you were able to recollect and then describe your couch to me. You see, we think in pictures, so we want to be very, very careful about the things that we visualize, the things that we lend our attention to. We want to make sure we stay as positive as we can possibly be as we move through our day-to-day activities. When somebody comes to us with a bunch of drama and a bunch of craziness, that produces anxiety in us too. We want to be very careful that we try to kindly and in the nicest way possible excuse ourselves from conversations or from interactions with people that are negative in nature. Let's try to keep things positive. You woke up this morning, you read your list. Last night before you went to bed, you read your list of positive things you want in your life. We're going to take a next step tomorrow with that list. We're going to narrow it down and we're going to start focusing on some individual items that we want to start bringing into our lives, that we want to manifest and make a reality. I'm telling you 100%, if you can hold it here in your mind, the picture, you can hold it in your hand. I will show you how to do it. You're going to be able to do it. Hey, listen, if this guy can do it here, you can do it. I guarantee it. I wanted to tell you a story that had been related to me by somebody who is important in my life. I want to tell you a story about a little boy. His name is Carlos. And his father was an alcoholic and basically oblivious to his son's problems for the most part. They had moved around the country. Father had a hard time holding a job. They grew up in impoverished, I guess, circumstance, you could say. And at one point in Carlos's life, when he was a young boy, he moved to the town of Miami, Arizona, with his family. Now, this was good for the family. They had a place to live. The father was able to find work, but it was bad for Carlos. You see, when the house next door had another little boy who was about the same age as Carlos, but quite a bit bigger. And every day after school, Carlos would have to run home because that little boy, Bobby, would be behind him. And sure enough, for most days, Bobby would catch Carlos and beat him up. I mean, it's a bullying circumstance. On the corner of the same street that Carlos and Bobby lived on was a gas station, and the gas station was owned by a man by the name of Jack. And Jack would watch this scenario occur every single day. He'd watch little Carlos run by, and sure enough, there would be Bobby following him until Bobby finally caught Carlos and would beat him up. One day, Carlos came by the gas station and Bobby wasn't in sight. So Jack stepped out and said to Carlos, come here, I want to talk to you for a minute. He said, you are no longer going to run away from this other boy. Today is the day you're going to take a stand. And so he got Carlos all pumped up. He said, today you are no longer running away. And you're not going to run away anymore. Today is the day. You're going to take a stand. And you're going to stand up to that boy. And this is going to stop right now. So we got Carlos pretty pumped up. In fact, so pumped up that when Bobby finally showed up on the street, was walking by the gas station, Carlos ran out and jumped on Bobby. And Bobby finally yelled uncle and gave up and said, look, I've had enough. And so that ended that circumstance for Carlos. He finally stood up, took a stand in his life, and then stood up to his nemesis, the one thing that was ruining his life. He stood up to it. Now, you probably never would have heard of Carlos if it wasn't for this circumstance. But Carlos, as he went through his life, after standing up and changing things for himself, he became the world middleweight karate champion from 1968 to 1974. Carlos is in many pictures, and you know him extremely well as a Texas Ranger. Carlos Ray Norris was the little boy that stood up one day, changed his life, and look at the success he had. Look at the circumstance he came from, and look what he achieved. I believe you can do the exact same thing. I came from bad circumstance. I'm totally paralyzed on the left side of my body. I'm a very successful businessman now. It does not matter, and I don't give a damn where you came from when you were younger, what circumstance you came from, where you lived, how poor you were, how rich you were. It just doesn't matter. We can be anything we want in this life. We can have anything we want. We're the CEO of our life. This is our business, our body, our mind. We're the CEO, and we can do anything. And I love that story about Chuck Norris. It chokes me up a little bit because I know it's true. If you stand up finally, take a stand, and start moving towards getting what it is you want in your life, you'll get there. If I want to go to Omaha, Nebraska, and it doesn't matter whether I'm in a car, riding a bike, or walking, as long as I know my destination and I keep moving towards it, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Eventually, I will get there. And I think you can get where you're going too. And we're going to start defining that tomorrow. So write down 7 times for me today on a new piece of paper, please. Today is going to be the best day of my life because I believe today is going to be the best day of your life. Tomorrow is going to be even better. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. We're going to keep growing and progressing, and it's going to be wonderful, amazing. I can't wait to hear about all of your success, and I'm just going to be so happy that I had a chance to be a part in it. You can do anything you want. Have a wonderful day, my friends, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.